The purpose of this video is to examine the association between exam performance and average levels of procrastination on a multi-item questionnaire in a sample of 57 participants. So in the first case, I'm just going to look at the distributions and some basic descriptive statistics to see what we're dealing with here: mean, median, standard deviation, skew, kurtosis. And I would probably click minimum and maximum just to see if any outrageous values pop out. And we can see that the exam performance mean was 68.2%. The median was very similar, which would imply that the distribution is pretty normal. And it is the case. The skew is -0.2 and kurtosis of -0.11, which are values much less than 2 and 9 in absolute, the absolute values of 2 and 9. And we can see the minimum is 38 and the maximum is 96 rounded. Procrastination is slightly more skewed, and it's on the positive side, but mostly normally distributed as well. And the mean is 3.09 with a minimum and a maximum of 1.8 to 4.58. So this is probably a 5-point scale based on these values. So the mean is somewhere in the middle of 3. And we have the frequency distributions that we don't really have, the frequency tables, which are not terribly interesting. We know the distributions are normal, and we can just double check that with some charts, histogram. And here are the histograms looking pretty normal. Again, don't get too carried away with looking at a distribution with a sample size of only 57 and it doesn't look perfectly normal. You ultimately refer to the statistics relevant to skew and kurtosis. So I'm satisfied with these data to run a Pearson correlation because the data are scored on a continuous scale. It's not ordinal. This is continuous. Interval ratio scale. Click on Analyze, Correlate Bivariate, and put these two variables in the variables box and click OK. And here is the correlation. It's a correlation that's negative. So the higher levels of procrastination people have, the lower their exam performance. And that's a pretty big correlation by anyone's standards, I would say. In the context of behavioral sciences, a negative 0.66 correlation is substantial. And it's statistically significant, p less than 0.001, with a sample size of 57.